Well, the paper is actually meant because we're turned. So when you're looking at someone else, I want it angled so that you can see it from a distance.
I see.
It's like your paper's my paper's your paper.
He's talking about our notes for the podcast, but no, my paper's my paper.
Okay, well then I just switched the papers. So your paper's on the other side. If you want it over there, you can do that.
No. Anyway, I thought he was messing with me because it's like someone who's so OCD. You like move a salt shaker like 2 inches over and wait to see like how long.
Well, seriously, we were in the pediatrician's office and it was like super cool, right? And everything's great. She's got all this amazing artwork on the wall, but like things are crooked. And like if you walk into our house, everything's been leveled and adhered to the wall.
Well,
like,
you have a different kind of OCD than me. Like I would say like a picture on the wall that's not straight probably wouldn't catch my eye like it catches yours, but I would instantaneously be like, why is the, pillow in a different place? Like I would just, something would catch my eye.
I don't know what it is about lines and straightness, but like when we're looking at UI and designs,
yeah,
and they'll give me something, they're like, what do you think? It looks, and I'm like, well, that's a different font right there. Like these things jump out at me like they're red.
Yeah.
And they're like, how can you tell? And I'm like this is here. I'm like, this right here is not lined up. Yeah. This isn't center. This is off center. They're like, how do you see these things? And I'm like, when I look at this, it glares. I mean, it's literally shouting at me.
Well, we weren't even going to talk about that today, but that's funny. We went to the pediatrician's office. So I've gone multiple times. But you were going to come this time because I thought for sure she was getting vaccines. And sure shit, this was like the only visit she ever has had where she didn't need to get a shot. And
I know, it took like half a day off of work.
You could like make it.
I had to put PTO in.
And so anyway, you haven't seen The Office yet, but she does. She's got like figurines. She's literally got like a Jack Hansen
I feel like you had
sketch.
sent me a picture.
I sent you one picture, but Chris is like, I had this Mickey Mouse phone in my bedroom when I was 5. Like he's like looking at everything.
She had some really good nostalgic pieces.
She's got
that were
themed
dated.
Rooms. It's like a Star Wars room and
matter of fact, that
Marvel
Disney,
room.
that Mickey phone, I think made it all the way to Korea at some point. That might be in a box somewhere
in our garage.
I don't know. I feel like I got rid of it at some point.
That's one of those things. You know how you say, I keep things because one day you'll need them? It's like all the phones in the world don't work and you plug in the Mickey phone and it's like, it's got service.
Call it on Mickey. It's like,
I can call a landline.
It's like the apocalypse. Like there's no cell towers. Everything's been destroyed.
And
But
Mickey's
like there's like a
"Hello,
phone jack
folks."
and you click it in and it's like, and you get a dial tone. You're like, oh my gosh, savior.
Seriously.
We can communicate with the White House.
Well, what's crazy is the generation of today has never seen a phone like that.
They've never seen a plug-in, no.
Right. And so when we used to do like the dial tone phones.
The rotaries.
Yeah, the rotaries or whatever.
Yeah, that's
and
the
those,
word.
Okay, well, those looked old to me when I was a kid, but obviously it's like the same, it's funny
you would hate it if you had a friend and they had like 2 9s in their number. You're like, oh.
We talked about this literally the other day. We were just talking about probably when we were talking about the tin can phones. I know. I think you did that exact same thing.
No, I don't think I did.
Probably.
I think we did talk about it, but it wasn't on the podcast.
Oh no, it was.
No,
maybe
I'm guaranteed it wasn't.
Maria can find out for us.
I doubt it. She doesn't remember.
She can't.
She's like, I'm not going to 100 episodes.
I know, but anyway, it's been a very busy couple of weeks for you preparing for your daughter Bree's wedding.
Yeah,
Bree's
wedding's coming up. We got 10 days left.
I know, it's crazy. The countdown.
And I'm mostly done with my assignments. There's some things
assignments.
Yeah, like I had some assignments.
He's building the venue. Like he's like putting up walls and putting down concrete floors.
Yeah, I mean, I have one big thing left, and I was hoping to knock that out this afternoon. Really, actually.
This afternoon?
Yeah. I have a plan.
Okay.
I was going to come home a little early, knock it out.
Oh, wow.
Well, because Wednesdays, I said I'd come home a little bit early on Wednesdays.
I know, but it's funny because since we made that decision where it was like, hey, we want to go out once a week, so it'd be nice if you came home early enough before Abigail goes to bed. And I feel like ever since we said that, like we've either been traveling or trade shows or something, like it's been crazy.
Well, and actually what happened was I came to you and I said, It's like one of the things that when you're trying to balance work and your personal life. And I came to you and I was like, hey, is there anything that I can do that would just help you? Like, what's something that help you? And you're like, if you could come early on Wednesdays.
One day, I said one day a week.
And I said, well, why don't we do Wednesdays? Because it's the middle of the week. And it would be the easiest for me to plan around. And then, like you said, it's good intentions.
Life happens.
Life happens.
Well, and also I thought about it after the fact, and I'm like, Wednesdays are the days that my mom comes. The days that I would like really want you home earlier is like a day where I'm like, oh my God, this day's dragging.
Right. Yeah. It shouldn't really. Or we just switch your mom.
True. We could do a lot of things. I know.
Yeah. It might be easier for the retired person to switch a day than for me.
She can do whatever she needs to do.
Yeah. Move things around.
But it's been crazy. So in planning for this wedding, you've made all of the name tags essentially and table assignments.
Seating chart.
Yeah, the seating chart and the
oh my
board.
Gosh. Yeah.
And it's so interesting. So he sat in the kitchen the other night and he's showing me these names and he's like, boy or girl.
I was like,
he's
boy or
like,
girl?
Is this a boy or a girl?
I have no idea.
And he's like saying the name, and no offense, but sometimes you're not great with names. And you're like saying something, and I'm like, is it Melissa? Is it like, are you sure it's not Melissa? And he's like, it doesn't look like Melissa. And so he's like showing me, and it's like Marcienda or something. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's a girl, But I think Bree said it was a boy. Anyway.
There was a couple. I was like, it was like Jacoby.
Yeah, so there was a name
is this how you say
tag
Jacoby?
that was spelled Jacoby. And so I was like, is that a error? Did they accidentally type a Y?
No.
And you were like, no. And I was like, well, who's Jacoby? And then it hit me. I'm not kidding you. Like 2 days later, I'm like, hold the phone. No pun intended. Is that Jacoby?
Jacoby.
But Jacoby should at least have an I.
That's the thing. We don't know.
Where did the Y come from? So then I was like,
I was actually blown away at how many name tags I set aside because they have different leather depending on if they're a boy or girl.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure the leather was right.
But it's wild, the names of the generation, because we haven't been in a school classroom. Like, we haven't heard attendance called. We have no kids in school yet to know like what kind of names are out there. Our kids aren't making friends and like saying. So this was really our first experience of seeing like a long list of like that generation, and we were like, what are these names?
Well, and then you get to things like Sam, and it's like, is it a boy or a girl?
Still,
I mean, because you have someone that's and a Corey. Like I had a girl that was Corey in school,
and Sam's fine because that's Samantha.
It's like, and so I just didn't know. I literally have these. I'm literally sending pictures, and I'm like, and she's like, boy, girl, boy.
I know,
like,
it was crazy.
Like Morse code coming back.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
but it's with Abigail. It's so funny because I was telling you that the older generation, I feel like they hear her name and they're like, oh, I love that name. And I'm like, it's just a name, It's not like, oh, this is Witch Hazel.
Yeah. Witch Hazel.
I don't know. I actually feel like that's what you put in a diaper after
Witch
you give
Hazel
birth.
is the actual name of the witch in Disney cartoons. Her name is Witch Hazel. And so in the cartoons.
Oh, it's a product.
No, but it's the name of the witch in Disney
don't
cartoons.
say no. I mean, it could be both.
No, I mean, it is. I'm just saying, And I didn't really know that till recently.
What I said to you is that we should, before anyone names any child, they need to do the name song.
The name song. Exactly.
Yeah. Like I'm like Becky, Bo, Becky, banana, fana, po, Becky, me, my, mo, Becky.
Right.
Becky.
You can't do Jacoby.
Yeah.
Fee, fi, fo,
even
Jacoby.
Jacoby's are Jacoby.
Bobby.
But then you lose the beginning. Me, my, Moby. But like Moby's not his name. His name's not Joby. It's Jacoby.
Jacoby. That's the thing. You have to do the name song.
Anyway, I can't wait to meet Jacoby at the wedding.
Brie will be like, that's Jacoby.
I hope
that's Jacoby.
I need to be sober.
Don't worry. They'll probably make a little clip of this and send it to him.
And they should.
And then I would like to hear him sing the name song.
What if it's a girl?
Or her. I don't know. Then it's Jacoby.
No, Jacoby's the boy. Jacoby.
No, Jacoby is the boy. Jacoby would be girl.
No, they're both boys.
Okay, then it's a boy.
Bree will let us know.
But yeah, I mean, I will be excited when the decor and everything's done. I'm not really that stressed, except for the fact that I'm trying to balance work, home life, and preparing for the wedding portion. And I've got everything. And I'll tell you, when the garage is this packed as it is, I do get a little bit like worked up a little bit.
First of all, normally our cleaners come in through the garage. They bring all their stuff inside. I know, first world problems, but I had to text them and say, you can't get through the garage.
Can't get through the garage.
Bless her little heart, I did tell them when they showed up today, I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. The garbage is not in the garage. It's on the outside of the garage. And the one girl didn't know. So I didn't know. I walked in the house today and she comes in from the garage and she's like, no trash. And I was like, oh, you did. Sorry, lady. She was like trying to make her way around.
You know what? I don't want anything to be broken.
Nothing's broken.
I've tried to make everything as bulletproof as possible. I got so much stuff that's in flight, that's arriving, that's all in time. The biggest thing, like the vinyl being cut and all this like sign in, she's like throwing up, could you make this sign for me? Oh, and the sweatpants. I got to do sweatpants, embroidered sweatpants. My job's never ending. I feel like I have a full-time wedding gig here.
It'll be over soon.
I know.
They'll be happily married.
And then I'm going to throw everything, not everything, but most of it on Facebook Marketplace.
You will probably get some good money for some of this stuff.
I feel like I'll get a good chunk of change for it. But then there's some things I'm like, I already bought these lanterns. And like I do big event decorating for our own events. And I'm like, I can keep these lanterns.
No, we don't need to save anything. We don't need to save anything.
Oh, there shall be saving.
Well,
even all the faux like vegetation, everything like that. Like you never know when we want to throw some party for Easter.
You never know. You never know. An Alice in Wonderland themed party again. But anyway, so the wedding's coming up. I had to go get my nails done today because I would have never had any time to do it otherwise. And
speaking of which, we got to do the podcast because I'm going to be leaving so early the next morning. So just make sure we get lined up for
Gotta get it in.
Gotta get it in.
But anyway, my nail tech, I believe you had already mentioned this to me, but my nail tech was like, so did you hear the thing in space is behind the sun? And I literally was like, what thing in space?
Yeah, the like alien spaceship.
Right.
The size of Manhattan.
Then I joked and I said, oh, the aliens? And he was like, they don't think it's aliens. And I was like, okay, we're talking about something real here. And so then apparently, the more he said, he was like, they think it's natural, but it's the most unnatural, natural thing they've ever seen. And it did like a U-turn in the sky, but now it's behind the sun and it's like getting re-energized from the sun. And I was like, okay. And anyway,
if it comes back around towards Earth after it leaves the back of the sun, world's over.
Well, they're worried that it's not going to like exit the atmosphere or something. Anyway, he's been listening to lots of scientists talk about this. I was just listening to him.
They repeat the same stuff over and over, these scientists.
Well, I was like,
this is so exciting. And then they're like, okay, show us the data. Then they show these grainy ass videos and grainy little things. And it's like, oh, okay, this is so
They
magical.
were like, AI generated what we think it looks like based off the information that we have. And I'm like, what? AI knows it looked like a lit up fucking spaceship. AI was like,
these pictures and stuff. They do make it look like this floating aircraft carrier through space.
Well, okay, so I haven't seen anything, but then I go, I think my husband was talking to me about this. I was like, what is it, like 3 miles long? And he was like, it's like 100 miles long. And I was like, it's not 300.
No, it's not 100.
Okay.
No, it's the size of Manhattan. Manhattan.
How many miles is Manhattan?
I don't know, 5?
No, bigger than that.
No way. You know how long a mile is?
Probably pretty far, but going from East Village to West Village feels like a lot.
Well, it's because you're walking blocks.
Yeah, I love New York. We should go back.
I love New York. Yeah. I could go back in January.
Okay, let's do it. So after I got my nails done,
we're actually pitching a game to the New York Times.
I went to the jeweler. Yeah, but don't talk about that. You can talk about it when it happens.
It's going to happen. It's happening.
Yeah. You're going to get me into my puzzle phase and start talking about them. But no, what I was going to say is I went to the jeweler after I got my nails done and they cleaned my ring. And they were showing me this new technology where they literally use lasers to make a hole in a diamond and put the chain straight through it. So like the diamond is almost like a bead in these necklaces. They were like, we just saw the coolest new jewelry at the Miami show. They were like, the technology is insane. You can take a huge diamond and now laser engrave like a number, your pet's face. Like, I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. The powerful lasers.
And I just was like,
laser beams.
I was like, I guess you're in the right market. Is that from a movie?
Yes.
I didn't catch the reference. What movie? Back to the Future?
No, it's Dr. Evil. With the sharks with laser beams. Laser beams. He does the air quotes.
Got it. Yeah.
Austin Powers.
I wanted to say Harry Potter, but I knew that wasn't right.
No, there's no laser beams in Harry Potter.
I know. I was trying to think of Austin Powers. I couldn't think of his name. Is it?
Speaking of movies,
groovy,
though, I'm
baby.
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh.
That's way better than yours.
I wasn't trying.
So we only have like 3 days left before Halloween ends. And
Halloween
technically,
ends.
this was going to air on Halloween Day.
Halloween is one day. Okay.
Yeah.
You make it an entire month.
It's kind of like people who like have birthday months. It's like Halloween month.
Yeah. So Halloween hasn't happened yet, and it's about to happen. That's all.
Well, when people listen, it's Halloween. So happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Today's the last day for our decorations. It will be at least probably a 2.5 hour breakdown to get everything down.
Oh, from the house with our scaling skeletons.
My only worry is where I'm going to put the skeletons. I'm probably going to load everything up and put it in the back of the truck and take everything to the office, the skeletons, Saturday to get it out of the garage because I need the room for the wedding stuff.
Actually, now that you're saying this out loud, how you think you're going to get anything in and out of that garage? Like you're moving
you have
the
little
bins.
faith.
Oh,
seriously?
The shit's about to get messier. I don't take Xanax, but if I did need a Xanax for a clean house, I'd be like, holy shit.
First of all, our house is immaculately clean.
I'm just accepting.
Every decoration's perfect. Everything goes in the bins. There's an entire structure and change out. It's like if you ever watch the Disney special and see how Disney transforms overnight to Christmas and the thousands of people that it takes to do that, we're like a much smaller scale of that.
Yeah.
It's like my own little
Disney workshop.
I'm my own little Imagineer.
I know.
At home.
We're going over to my parents to do trick-or-treating so Abigail can see all the kids.
I hope to get to the point in life.
Are we talking about Imagineering
where
again?
When it comes to decorating, that I can be like, all right, I got my little advert out and I got like 3 helpers that are coming over. And maybe these are children that are helping. I don't know.
I was going to say, you're going to hire help.
Yes. I want to get to the point where I literally hire people who are helping to unpack.
First of all,
put things in place, etc.
Decorating is part of the fun.
But also having a team of decorators is a lot of fun.
No, I don't know. Call it your children.
Okay, let's put it this way. How often have you decorated?
I decorate all the time.
You're my helper, right? Did you have fun?
What are you talking about?
Because I still had fun. You're my helper decorator.
I don't do Halloween.
Okay,
That's
but
not
we do.
fun
But
for
we do
me.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I love
And you're my helper decorator.
I am.
And then for Christmas,
I am one of the main decorators at Christmas.
you are the helper decorator. You do the tree.
That's the
You do
main
the trees.
event.
You're right. And so you're the senior helper decorator. But I'm the one orchestrating it. Did you put the tree in place? Did you assemble the tree?
I could.
Did you lay all the ornaments out?
I could.
But did you?
No, because
Exactly, because I'm the one that's the puppeteer.
Okay.
And you are my chief, senior, exemplary Christmas decorator.
Okay. Well, I do a good job.
You do an amazing job.
Anyway.
That's why the offer keeps getting
It's always
extended
nice
every year.
when you're decorating. It's like, oh, it's decorating weekend. We're going to put up the tree. And it's like, let's make some homemade holiday cookies and put something good that
My brother
smells
has those
nice
little
on
moose,
the stove.
the little moose
Mugs?
the moose mugs from Chevy Chase
Oh,
from
yeah.
Christmas Vacation. Mm-hmm. That's on my list, by the way, for this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know. You talked about something you wanted for Christmas the other day, and I was like, that's funny. I haven't had a
real
corporate job in quite some time. So
it's called Collar and Co.
I was like,
and
if you
the
really
collars
want
are
it,
like steel, like the entire, and they even show you like cutting them, and they're like super thick. They don't bend. And if you're a guy, you don't wear a collared shirt because the collars just get crappy.
But that sounds so uncomfortable.
And this shirt,
steel.
I think the shirt's like $100, and I'm like. And I was like, I would love it. And you were like, I said, did you go to the website and look at the price?
I went to the website, yeah.
How much are they?
I still have the website pulled up. I don't know. But I was like, if you really want it, you might as well just buy it. Because at this point, I'm going to be like, can I have the money for Christmas presents?
But as long as you buy it, then it's from you.
There you go. So thoughtful. I planned on making you a macaroni
just
necklace. We're at that phase in life.
Buy just one shirt. I don't need two.
The steel collar sounds a little uncomfortable. But anyway, speaking of holidays, we still haven't finished Halloween yet, and you're jumping all the way to Christmas. But we did our pumpkin carving contest.
Yes.
And I 100% was that mom and put Abigail in a pumpkin.
You did.
I had to. She'll only fit in a pumpkin once. I didn't think I'd ever do it, but...
I mean, you had a good point there, because I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And you're like, but she's only going to fit in one time in her life. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Let's just do it.
Like, it's silly, and you know what? I'm sure, like, the next kid probably won't be put in a pumpkin.
Probably won't get a pumpkin.
But she liked it. She was happy about it. But so the problem is Chris stole the pumpkin that I cleaned out and carved for Abigail to sit in.
Yeah.
And
I
then
repurposed
used that pumpkin for his pumpkin in the pumpkin carving contest. And he made some huge mouth, put a bunch of store-bought teeth in it, and carved out some eyes. It took him 2 minutes. Okay?
It took me about
He showed up
6
late
minutes.
and then sat there the rest of the time drinking his drink, his rum and coke or whatever the hell you had.
Gin and
tonic. And there I was slaving away after having cleaned out 2 to 3 pumpkins, and you won. We always put it to a vote online. And I was like,
by the way, I already have
to inform people you cheated.
I already have my design for next year.
Oh, what is it?
I can't tell you. It's awesome though. I'm going to win again next year.
I
by the way, I have the largest winning streak. I did not win last year, I don't think.
No, you definitely didn't win last year.
I think it was the only year I didn't win.
Whatever. I feel like you're just like reusing the same
I'm
thing.
like 5 for 6.
I don't know about that.
And next year, I know for a fact I'm going to win.
Well, you have to actually try.
No, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
First of all, I did try. I tried and I won.
No, you didn't try and you won. That's what's annoying.
That's look, don't be a hater.
I am a hater.
It's so funny. As soon as the Facebook posts were like, yeah, Chris won, people are like, oh, cheater. Oh, it's like, what? Rigged. That's what rigged. And it's like, come on.
No, because people know exactly how you can be.
You mean be a winner?
Yeah, a winner.
I was a winner.
By any means.
By any means. That is actually the truth.
That is how you teach. Yes. Yeah. But
But your mom was funny because she thought she was getting votes or something.
Gosh.
And
no. Someone
something
online,
flipped.
My old graphic designer, who's a great designer, he commented, people are sleeping on C because that was he didn't know it was my pumpkin. That's what he said. But because that was my pumpkin, no one knew it. I commented without giving it away. And I said, a designer can always spot the talent. And my mom commented and said, thank you so much. And I was like, Mom, that's not your design.
She thought she was C, but that was funny.
It was funny. I know. And then she was like, I commented. I was like, no, it's not there. But those are the fun things in life. Things that are not so fun is this government shutdown that's continuing.
Yeah, it is. It is. Depending on, how you look at it, I do think the Republicans are doing a great job at just describing and coming on the news every day saying, hey, here's what's going on. And we can get into politics.
No,
but
we
here's
don't
the reality.
need to get into politics. I was actually just going to say it's crazy. The last time I went to get my nails done, literally the nail tech, dude who knows about space, he keeps me informed on, major life events. But he was like, he goes, so did the government shut down last night? And I looked at him like he had 10 heads. I was like, government shutting down? I don't know. Remember? We talked about that on the podcast.
Well, he shut. Oh,
and
he
so
was asking
it had
if it
just,
shut down.
And so I Googled it and I said, sure as shit.
The government shut down.
Looks like it shut down an hour ago.
It's still shut down.
But that's what's so crazy, like to think it's been that long.
It's been a month. It's been 4 weeks.
Has
at
it?
this point. Yeah. Wow. And so the thing is that there's obviously, we don't want people not to get paid or anything along those lines.
Well, we were talking about how people live paycheck to paycheck.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like right now, everything's moving forward. Like like you wouldn't know that the government shut down.
I personally
everything's
wouldn't.
kind of going along. But people who are
if
actually
only my
paid
nail
by the
tech
government
knew how much I talk about him. But he literally said, he was like, it hasn't affected me though. That's what's crazy. The government shut down, and I'm like, what is the difference? And it's like,
but it starts to snowball.
It does,
and it starts building up and creating pressure in other areas, and then that starts trickling in. So like for us, like if you think about it, like someone who's up north who is participating in a company or owns a company, and they just lost contracts or they're not getting paid or something's happening. And so then they go to the construction guy and they go, hey, we need to delay this project 3 months, right? So now his income drops and he doesn't have that income.
It totally.
Then he's a client of ours.
Yep.
And he's paying, and then he says, hey, I need to cut my hours down and cut this contract
Shit
down.
rolls downhill.
And it just rolls downhill. And it might take a little bit of time, but now I
after
feel,
a month, like it's starting to really roll. We have an employee who's married to someone who's funded by the government, and he was like, hey, like, can you I need to get paid ASAP. Like I can't.
There's anything that you can do.
Like if I have any commissions.
House.
Yeah, like it's like crazy. And that is the thing. Like we very much so as well do live based on our means, But if we went 4 weeks without a paycheck,
we'd have to sit there.
We'd have bills we'd need to figure out. Like
right. No, we'd be like sitting here going, hey, because we don't need to touch savings or we don't necessarily, because we use budget banking, right?
Yeah.
So huge shout out to budget banking.
Budget banking.
Everything comes in, everything gets put in its place.
Auto-paid,
and it gets auto-paid. So we don't even look at it. But if all of a sudden the deposits in those accounts stopped, we'd have to be like, okay, we have to actually put money in these accounts, or we'd have to cut.
Well, and it's interesting because... So first of all, I mean, it's really sad that, and I don't want to get political, but it's super sad for people who are on food stamps or like use the government for like means of eating and fending for their family and housing and things like that. Like, I don't know their scenarios or situations. I don't have an opinion either way, except for I'm human. And I feel bad if people don't have the nourishment they need to stay alive. Like that's horrible.
Absolutely.
There's some restaurants I saw started posting saying we are going to provide meals for those who are on these programs until the government like for free, until the government reopens, or we literally have to shut our doors. And I was
really,
like,
that's how it should be.
But that's a big, like a restaurant said that. And I'm like, how?
Charity, there's the old saying, charity begins at home, but this has nothing to do with that. That's popped in my mind. But here's the thing, is that the government should not be in the charity business. If every single person in the world, or let's just say America, if everyone in America gave 10% to charity, to support those in less need, we'd have 50 times the amount needed.
Right.
That's where charity needs to be. It needs to be at people and everything else. The moment you use government for charity,
very nice of,
you're taking from other people.
Right. But it's not, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. What was jarring to me, I suppose, is I sit there and you're right. There's an element of charity. Like that company didn't make that decision without looking at their numbers and being like, can we do this? Like, can we do this? Do we have enough? There's waste on a daily basis. We need, how do we make this program work so we can be helpful? And it's really cool. But at the same time, like, what if it does go another couple of weeks? And what if they do start to look at their numbers and it's like, ooh, this is impacting our revenue? Like, are you willing as an entrepreneur for like the greater good to impact your own business? Because then you won't be around to help anybody. Like, I don't know. It was just like, that's big of you, but also
Yeah, but the thing about food businesses is that they have spoilage.
Right.
And so it's better for them to get rid of the spoilage while it's still feasible.
Good. To say, come every day
and take
at
a
this
very
time. Maybe
small
that's what
loss
they're doing.
on some things that they potentially could sell the next day.
Yeah. No,
or
for
they
sure.
get rid of it and it's just like, hey, we have enough left over to make 20 sandwiches a day. And so it's nothing like huge, but it can certainly help 20 people.
I can't remember what that Netflix documentary was. I don't think I ever ended up watching it, but it was like all about the waste. It was like all these people who worked in like hospitality and retail, and they were like, if you
they cut up the bags, and we watched it together.
We did see some of it. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway,
it was like trash or something like that.
It was like
it was pretty amazing.
It was insane
on what's thrown away and destroyed, so that it cannot be reused.
But that's what's so sad. Is then we're in this situation right now where there's people who truly need help, and then you've got this world that has been just created from,
Well, it's like Joann Fabrics went out of business. They don't take everything in the store and then throw it in a container to ship back to some central warehouse. They just discount it or throw it away.
Right. Right, because it's like how many locations? Yeah, for any store that goes out of business. Pier 1 years ago.
And you know what? It's anytime there's something negative, like government shutdown, people tightening belts, other opportunities open. So like a great example is that if you're an association or a community and you're trying to lower costs because people are not paying or you need to lower your dues, you're going out and you're getting bids. Mm-hmm. So you're like, we need proposals. And we just launched community RFP, request for proposal, for all of our associations.
I Googled what RFP meant the other day. Not going to lie.
Did you really?
Yeah, sure did.
And what did it say?
Request for proposal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's standard. I don't think anything else is...
Yeah. No, it's not anything else, but I didn't know. So anyway, but we just launched a new feature via our software, Kaloo.
Big new feature.
And so it's like essentially if you live in a community, you can get a ton of different bids. And it's interesting. What I was going to say too is I wonder, this is very different from COVID, but COVID and what it did to the economy, there were tons of people furloughed. Yes, it opened up opportunities or hurricanes, for instance. I was going to say for like roofing companies, or like COVID was like, okay, the businesses that were already remote like thrived because they didn't have to figure out how to like get employees home or set up stations somewhere else or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's at the time, a lot of the banks allowed you to defer mortgages or car payments. And so I'm curious. I mean, we're not in a state of emergency in that sense. Like there's not a pandemic hitting this earth. But, I mean, the government being shut down for 4 weeks, is this a record? Is this the longest?
I do believe I know it's at least the second longest. It might be the longest shortly.
Yeah, because to your point, like we already have clients that are like, hey, we're really sorry. Like we don't want to stop doing what we're doing, but we're not getting paid. And so we can't continue paying you. And it's just like, it is starting to snowball. And so it's scary. And people are going to be
some of the biggest groups and the biggest unions are like, get the government open. Like we have, a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people that need to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hundreds of thousands doesn't sound like a lot. But it does. It's a huge amount.
It does sound like a lot though.
It's a huge amount. And here's the thing. I know that I mentioned this before. I think there was like 2 months ago, I came home to you and I would probably say it was probably the most distraught that I've ever been.
Oh, yeah.
When I was talking about like AI and like looking into the future.
That's what I thought you were going to discuss. But anyway.
Well, there's another time I was more distraught.
Yes, but I'm not going to mention it right now.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. You're human. When Charlie passed away.
Oh, yeah. That was a different, that was upsetting.
I didn't know what you were
distraught.
Talking about.
I'm talking from a business perspective and AI taking jobs. And I was like, we're building this here. And I'm like looking to the future and I'm telling you it's going to be impactful. And not a lot's happened. Mm-hmm. Right. And then this week, Amazon's only cutting 14,000 jobs before Christmas, which is really, really strange. And they're like, we're doing all these AI process improvements. But you know what? Which one caught me off guard the most? UPS.
Okay, what'd they say?
48,000 jobs.
Really? Right before Christmas?
48,000 jobs.
Wow.
That's like a huge amount. But if you look at all these different companies, it's like $180,000 I'm sorry, 180,000 employees in like 6 companies.
Okay, but I am confused about UPS. Do they have people who just sit behind computers?
Customer service, yeah.
Right, like AI.
Data processing.
Because it's not the drivers, issues. Right?
Right. It can't be the drivers.
No,
can it?
No, it can't be.
They're literally drone delivery companies, and we have one that was potentially a customer, and they are creating these little mini airports where you will literally, the UPS truck will pull up, and a little conveyor belt comes out, and these little drones start grabbing the packages and start flying them to the locations. I'm not even joking. It is insane. It's coming. We will see it.
Yeah.
And then you have these little special,
I
like
feel
think
bad
about
for
our
the
mailbox,
birds.
right? There's like our mailbox and the drone comes up and it's like little sky cranes. Like the drone doesn't actually come down.
Right.
The drone actually has like a little cord and you're like, woo, and it lowers the package down, it releases it, and the cord comes back up. Because you don't want the drone coming to where you can hit it or touch it.
Right.
It's insane. Someone's going to grab one and be like wrestling.
Well,
like
and how big is a drone to like how big could a package be, you know?
These drones pick up big packages.
Well, that's insane. I really do feel bad for the birds.
Birds are not going to, there might be one bird a day that dies.
That's sad.
It'll be okay.
Oh my God.
Birds get eaten by cats.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They're like feeding on the ground and a cat gets them.
They are faster than that.
No, they are not. Have you ever seen how fast a cat is? It's prey.
A bird flew into
our window.
My window when I was a kid. We were eating dinner.
Wasn't there one that flew into your parents' window? Back?
Yeah.
No, like recently.
Yeah.
Or it was like maybe
actually right by their kitchen table. That's two birds that died at my parents' kitchen table.
Like your dad keeps those windows so clean.
Yeah.
They just think they're going to fly through, and it's like dunk,
if they ever move homes again,
yeah,
and they put a kitchen table next to a window, I'm gonna have to tape the window and say, "Beware, birds." Something.
I think the only place your parents would move would be
closer to us.
Would be to move into
our
like an ensuite.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Our place.
I know, but we were talking about community RFP. It's been a busy week. Like Kloop, which is our property management software, has been at trade shows all over the place. Like there's events happening everywhere. And it's trade show season, like for every industry. Yeah. I mean, you just went to
Print United.
Printing United.
Which was pretty amazing, by the way. The fact that some of this equipment exists, there was equipment there. And it was funny because you can buy this little DTG shirt printer. I can buy one for 20 grand.
Right.
And so there was this double head that Matt sent me.
DTG is direct
to garment. And Matt sent me this. He's like, hey, it's got two of them on it, everything like that. And he sent me the price, $470,000. And I was like, bro, I could buy 30 of the small ones for this one, newfangled whatever. It's like, but instead of $3 a shirt to print, it costs 30 cents.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro,
you're like, we'd have to be in business. Yeah.
20,000 shirts to pay this machine off.
Yeah.
Now we do that in mass volume, but not one-offs.
No, but it is crazy. So it's funny because you were going to this Printing United show for our brand new acquired business, BC Sales. And anyway, you were like, I'm going to Orlando. There's this trade show happening. And for some reason, I didn't put two and two together. But my old company that I worked for long, long ago, one of my first corporate jobs outside of college, was a local company here, S1 Holdings or LexJet. They did all large format printing, ended up acquiring Kodak and HP's large format arms. Anyway, went global, super fun. We've talked about it on here before. But I'm still really good friends with some of the people that work there and participate in like getting the trade show booths ready. And that used to be like
that was your jam.
That was my jam when I worked there. So like I'm passionate about these shows. I've known like all the other vendors.
I sent you a picture of the booth.
And so it was crazy. I texted you when you already got there and I'm like, oh my gosh, because you were at the Orange County Convention Center on International Drive in Orlando. And there's like an A, B, C, and D. Like you could be there for a trade show for BC Sales and there could be a cheerleading competition happening next door. Like you have no idea what's going on. So I was just like, what are the chances that they're in one of the halls at the convention center while you're there? Like, I didn't think you were going to that show. I just was like, that's crazy. LexJet's there exhibiting.
Right.
Maybe you can slip. I literally said something like, maybe you can slip in on the last day without a badge. And you were like, that is the show I'm at.
That's the show I'm at,
I have a badge. And I was like, oh, go tell him I said hi. But those shows are crazy because trade shows are fun. First of all, the event world I do love. And it's like, you know, you look at things like Cheney Brothers when we're on the dusted side of things. And those shows, it's like, you can't even imagine. It's a full day. You think like a food and wine festival is great. Like go to a food show, you know, like there's like a pizza summit. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like that's cool, you know?
Yeah.
And then you go, so this show is, yes, it's direct to garment, but it's all signage. I mean, it's anything from like billboards to bus wraps and car wraps to t-shirts to anything you could possibly imagine. It is printing and paper and ink and anything you can imagine that those three things can do. So when you think about the booths, like the actual booths, it's like this is their livelihood to show graphics in the best way possible. It's pretty impressive. Yeah. Like the booths there.
But the booth for LexChat was all digital.
Right.
It was by far the coolest booth, though.
Oh, you thought?
Oh, gosh. From what I saw, they had the best booth.
Oh, I don't think that's
it
a
was
huge
the way I didn't really work it because it didn't really apply to me.
Right. It was just a ton of printers. It's very different from how we used to do things.
But I walked out of there with like $300,000 in equipment that I
What are you talking about?
Want to buy.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What I'm talking about?
What do you mean $300,000?
We got to buy. We got to buy some new presses. We got to.
You mean things you want to purchase, or things you put your name down for that you are?
Oh, our name's down. Oh, we're in line. So, yeah.
News to me. Honestly, that's my saying today. Bree's getting married in a week. We're super excited. Counting down
all
the
these
days.
Details that you didn't.
Last night, he's like talking about the rehearsal dinner. I'm like, it's Thursday. I'm not going to be there. He's like, no, it's Friday. I'm like, no.
And you're like, no, it's Thursday. I'm like, no, it's Friday.
Okay.
And we had to call her and prove it.
Well, it was Thursday.
Why didn't we just ask her the time when we were on the phone then?
Because you were like, that's all I needed. I'm correct. Goodbye. But I was like, I had no idea.
Because I have a Wednesday call with her every week to go over thing. And well, of course. Well, I talked to her twice on Wednesday. Wednesday mornings, we FaceTime.
With Abigail.
With her sister. And then that night, we do the call. And
anyway,
I'm going to switch it. We're still going to do it. I'm just going to switch the day
Just so you know, I was invited to tonight's call.
You were?
Yep. So I can get the details firsthand. Since you seem to have a communication issue.
Where are you going to log in on the computer upstairs?
No, I'm going to sit next to you.
Oh, I guess you could do that. Yeah. Are you going to stand or are you going to make me stand?
Well, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Sitting?
Standing.
Oh, my Lord. That's hilarious.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't even realize what time it was. Time to go.
It's not time to go. We still got 5 minutes.
5 minutes? What are you going to talk about?
Look, I'm telling you. Here's the plan. Okay, we got 1 week. We have one more podcast.
Oh, are you going to introduce your other podcasts right now?
No. But we are putting down the framework. And I've already reserved our social channels. Do not say the name. And
I wasn't going to. I was going to say
we are making a big shift. I believe so much in what's happening with AI and jobs and people needing to make money that we are going to help people get in business. And I am coming up with the quickest, fastest ways to do that. While still maintaining the franchise model. But you know what? I looked at it. I look at, there's this whole capitalism piece of me, right? And they charge franchise fees of like $20, $30, $50, $100,000 to have a franchise fee. And it's to get into this business, right? And then if you look at the amount of people that can afford to do that, a lot of them, even the ones that have money, end up financing the fees and stuff. They just end up, getting a loan or doing whatever it takes. So if we want to be good stewards of these businesses, is it possible for me to get the franchise fee from 20 grand? Like I would rather you keep that 20 grand to keep the lights on in your house and give me $500 to make sure that you're serious. Because even if I lower the fee, doesn't mean that you still need the money to buy the equipment, to buy vehicles, to wrap vehicles, to buy collateral. Like you still need resources to do things. Mm-hmm. So if I can lower that down to next to nothing, and I can really focus on the most simplistic things that people are like, oh, you should do this for extra money. People are still like, how do I get started? So we're putting together a strategy. My goal, did I say January 1? I think I said January 1.
You know what?
We're launching.
So I have an idea.
What?
Maria's going to like this one.
Okay.
You're doing your own podcast and you don't want me to talk about my trashy reality TV shows on this particular podcast or anything else.
No, we talk about your trashy shows all the time on this podcast.
Maybe I can have my own podcast recapping reality ridiculousness. Maybe that's what it's called. And it's going to blow up because I'm going to talk all about all the drama. And then someone's going to give me like $1 million for an ad, and I'm going to go tour around the United States doing live shows making fun of reality TV.
And go to BravoCon.
I'd love that. But then they don't know me.
Here's the problem.
Call her daddy.
There's already 1,000 people that have podcasts talking about the reality shows.
And yet they all continue to do so well.
Hey, if you want to do it, I will not shoot down your dreams.
No, I'm kind of busy.
What we should do is rent out the podcast studio to other podcasters.
Maybe.
$100 a session.
It is a nice studio.
Yeah, I like it.
You're going to have to build a bigger one.
I know. We're going to be moving in a couple months.
And
it's going to be a smaller one. Actually, that room is bigger than this room.
Okay.
But we got to fit a big table in
Maria
it.
and I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think
she knows.
She's seen the room.
Oh, no, she knows. Works here.
So do I.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, on that note, I guess I better leave.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us.
See you next week. Which
Have a great
super
Halloween.
concerned about getting in early.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Remember, only candy that's covered.